Welcome back. It is Snapping App number 8, I think, and this is the sub 5-minute mini series where I talk about gear and Fujifilm because gear videos suck and who wants to spend 15 minutes yapping about camera gear. Let's talk about Fujifilm's QC problem, or whether they have one to begin with, because I'm kind of just asking the question here. I can't help but notice I've owned 4 Fujifilm cameras, and so far I have a 50% 2 out of 4 hit rate for camera breaking issues. You know, manufacturer defects, quality control issues, glitches that break my cameras or make them very difficult to use. Yeah, last Monday, I posted a video, kind of a love letter about the 27mm Pancake, my absolute favorite lens for Fujifilm, and it felt like there were like a surprisingly high number of comments from people complaining about their lens breaking. I feel like more than usual recently I've been hearing about ribbon cable issues, not just on the Fuji Pro 3, but on other cameras as well. There was the firmware update, I think last year into this year, that essentially broke the autofocusing in the H2s, you know, their flagship highest end APS-C hybrid camera. Questionable reports back on the efficacy of Fuji's weather sealing. And just recently I ran into my second, like I said, camera breaking issue with Fujifilm. My SD card slot in the 2S has gone out. It's basically giving me a protected card error, like if you had the little lock switch turned on, but that's not the issue. I've tried a bunch of SD cards, I've been reading forum threads like crazy. At first I was afraid to keep shooting with the camera, even just with the CF Express card slot, because I thought maybe both of the card slots were corrupted or not working, so I didn't want to like lose important work. And then of course the ribbon cable on the Pro 3 went out, but that's just a given. That happens with every Pro 3 eventually. And so I've been kind of in this rabbit hole, and hear me out, because my saga with the 2S over the last few weeks has been insane. The first thing that I thought to myself is, dude, I cannot send this camera to New Jersey and wait 3, 4, 5 weeks to get it back. It's my main camera. I can't be without a video camera for that long. So then I started calling around to camera repair shops in LA, only to be told by every single one of them, sorry, we don't work on Fujifilm cameras because they won't sell us their parts. So I can't even expedite the process just to a couple weeks by going to a local shop. And based on some intel that I got from 2 of them, and I'm just quoting what they told me here, if the SD slot has gone out on the 2S, apparently Fujifilm will replace the entire board in the camera. So it's not just like an isolated issue with the SD slot and they just replace like the whole main board. So then after all of this, multiple phone calls to Fujifilm who won't give me a quote or a timeline on fixing it, to local repair shops that can't do the job because Fuji won't sell them the parts. I say to myself, well, I guess I'm gonna use this camera and just sort of limp along with it using only the CF Express card slot, and I'll just plug the thing into my computer when I get home instead of using the SD card slot on my MacBook. Guess what? The camera will not connect to my MacBook Pro because apparently Fujifilm cameras only play nice with USB 2 ports, and MacBooks from the last, I don't know, 5 years or maybe longer than that only have USB 3. This isn't an old camera, it's not an antiquated piece of technology. It came out in 2022. You know, maybe I need to update the firmware and that'll fix something, but I tried a ton of things. I've been reading forums, trying all these different settings internally to get it to connect to my laptop, to try and fix the SD card slot, and just zero luck. So what I had to do to get last week's video off of my 2S, because I couldn't plug it directly into my laptop to transfer the files, is I had to stick my SD card into the slot 35 times until it bypassed the protected error and decided it wanted to work. And then I had to copy the files manually from one card to the other, sit there and stare at it for 10 minutes while it did so, and then finally transfer the files to my computer. I don't know. I get that any camera can have issues, but it does seem like we deal with a whole lot of this stuff on Fujifilm, right? Like, am I crazy? So I guess I'm just asking the question, does Fujifilm have a quality control issue? Has this been your experience also with the camera, or am I just buying lemons and having like a disproportionate experience? I'm genuinely really curious to see which it is. So report back, let me know. Are your cameras all falling apart after a year or two, or have you had 0 issues whatsoever? Can't wait to see how long it takes to get somebody in the comment section calling me names. Talk to you very soon on Monday with the next full-length video. Thanks as always for watching. Go take some photos if your camera's working.